Welcome back, everyone, and today we're going to talk about the pre-alpha testbed that will be available December 9th for everyone to play, and we are on schedule for that. So I wanted to do a bit of a tour, explain to you things about this testbed, and show you around, tell you what's going where, this, that, what's going to be available, and a little bit of a timeline. Obviously, I know a lot of you guys have seen some screenshots, and you saw the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas style combat system. Yes, we are using that for the test bed. I do have a complete inventory and combat system that I'm building up from scratch with beautiful animations, everything. You'll be able to hit tab, craft things, do whatever, make a baseball bat, do whatever the hell you want. But that won't be available until we get to January 27th when I'm going to release the open world multiplayer, basically. So that's why I am holding that back. Obviously, I work on that every single day. There's a lot of work going on that. But it's just not ready. And this is just a single player test bed for you guys to just hang around, play around. There was some talks. I got to talk to a few people. I also got to talk to the person who actually developed the GTA combat system. We could possibly, don't hold me to this, but we could actually make this test bed multiplayer. But not for next week and not before Christmas. It's we just need to see what it will take because it wasn't made with that in mind. It was made for basically a GTA style single player kind of build. So, but anyways, you're going to need the NFT early access pass for any of this. So you're going to need it for this build. And you're going to need it for the open world multiplayer that's coming out January 27th. And that will just be the pre-alpha or the alpha. Not sure what we're going to name it, depending on how far along I get. But this test bed is basically helping develop that for environmental purposes, testing different things. So this, I will actually play in a few seconds. But so this test bed, I wanted to explain, is basically just where we throw ideas in. So it's got a GTA combat system now. Maybe in 2 weeks you're gonna update on the website, or we might do auto update. You just when you log in, it does the Wallet Connect scans for your NFT. Maybe we'll do the update after, or you just have to actually download the updated patch. Maybe we'll go the updated patch route. I think that could be a pretty good idea. That way, if you don't want to have a patch, like say if we introduce like swords and I build like a castle, say over the, oh, actually, oh wow, you guys actually can't see Jersey over there. Yeah, that's Jersey, So we're going to use this as a test bed complete for a bunch of different things. So, you might see swords, you might see bows and arrows, you might see all sorts of things. You might see like samurais, ninjas. It's a test bed, basically. It's a project that is a test bed for other builds and for our games to build. Yes. The Usagi is an actual registered game studio. I do hold development consoles with Nintendo and Sony as well. So we, again, this is a big test bed for everything. So we're not just going to release one multiplayer open world game and call it a day and, this or that. No, we have a lot of things. We have a lot of developers coming on board, a lot of level designers, a lot of everything. But you will need that early access NFT pass, and you can only mint it for another 32 or 33 days. So if you go to the website, theusagi.com, click mint access pass. Actually, I can't share my other screens with you, huh? Interesting, okay. And it'll take you to Token Tool Bond, and you'll be able to mint. Yeah, so 33 days left and 9 hours. Depending when you see this video, it could be 33 days and 7 hours. You can only mint one per wallet. We only have 5,000 available. That's what we wrote the contract for. So only 5,000 max. I can't change it. I can't do anything. That's it. You can only mint 5,000. So if we mint up to 5,000, that's great. Or if you don't reach it, it doesn't matter to me. We did it so we have a good amount of people to test and have fun, and just go from it. And obviously, there will be some benefits for holding that early access pass. So don't wait till the last minute to get it, because it might actually be sold out by then. But it's only 0.05 Ethereum, so I think as of today's price, is it like $60? So the price of a game. But the early access pass will be used for everything, for any game that we do, any test bed, any little project. We'll announce it like, hey, we've been working on this. We've been working on like a little teeny thing. we'll put it on the website. You can download it, and I'll check to see if you have the early access pass, and if you do, you can play it. So you're not just, that early access pass isn't just for like this test bed or the open world multiplayer coming out in January that you will be in testing, and you'll need that too. It's for a bunch of different things. And on top of that, in-game, let's actually go over here. We'll plus play in a few seconds. So in-game, there'll be buildings, and they might not let you in if you don't hold that early access pass. So even when we launch like the full-blown Death Rabbit game, right? There'll be places that you can't enter unless you hold that early access pass. So when everyone's playing online or this or that, there might only be might be a few of you that only have access to certain things. Maybe certain clubs too, certain rush, certain everything. It's gonna be pretty cool. So before I hit play, this is actually going to be where everyone starts. And I actually forgot, but I need to put this in. But after you guys see this video, it'll be in. There'll actually be a save function, so you'll be able to click your S key or your escape key, click save, and it'll save your location and what weapons you have. So when you go to play the next day or whenever you want, you'll spawn there instead of spawning back here. So this is just going to be like the Lower Manhattan. Obviously, it's not completed yet, but it's going to be basically a park. Paths everywhere to connect it from the west side to the east side. We will put an underground abandoned train station, probably somewhere over here. There'll just be like stairs hidden by a bunch of trees and everything. You'll go in. There'll be a surprise for you. There'll be a bunch of little surprises. Obviously, I just put a pickup there, but when you spawn, you're not going to be able to find weapons easily. You'll have to explore. I gotta make a gun store. I got that. Just gotta add it. Didn't add that. Hospital, police station. A few other things that will be available for December 9th. So when you die, you spawn at the hospital, just like in Grand Theft Auto. There's gonna be people walking around. There's gonna be people with boom boxes. You'll be able to interact with a bunch of people. They'll be there. We will have. I'm not sure if we're gonna have like any missions or quests for December 9th. They will come like a couple days later. I do have a complete system. I just haven't actually tested it on this level. I tested it somewhere else, so I just gotta plug that in. There will be cars and everything. Depending, might be available December 9th or it might be available December 10th. Again, this will be available for PC. Definitely, probably like December 8/9th. So once I finish it, saving down the build, doing some quick tests again. I'm always saving down the build, doing quick tests. Might be December 8th. I might just put up on the website, and I might not even say anything until Friday. Well, Friday my time. So there's going to be a few interesting things. There was something else I wanted to mention about it, but I kind of forgot. Yes, and I know you're going to say, hey, well, why is the map so empty? Why don't you fill it all up? Well, why would I do that? You don't want to just throw random things anywhere or everywhere just to make it look pretty, and then you go up to it and you see like the edges don't match, or like there's a hole there, and you go through this, you sink through the map. Very common in a lot of people that say they got alphas and betas out. But this is basically a pre-alpha, but everything is quite detailed. There's a lot more things to do, but I'm just showing you guys a tour. So let's actually get started with that. And yes, I know there is the Ronald Reagan is over there. You will not be able to drive it, obviously, but everything's functioning. Radars, anti-air missiles, which I gotta figure out how to get those to work. So, and you'll be able to pick up a Black Hawk on there, or maybe we'll call it a Seahawk. Apache, a Little Bird. Not sure about jets yet. I haven't played around with the controls. I do have Black Hawks already, and I've been playing around with them. We just gotta figure out a few different things on them to get it to work correctly and get damage, obviously. So let's just jump into it and just start to explore. So first off, guys, there might be some screen stuttering, or you might see a warning up on the left here. So we're in Unreal Engine. We're just playing it through Unreal Engine. So lighting, shadows, and everything, it does its best to bake and cook them and get them ready while you're playing around. So it's not going to be like, having a standalone game on your desktop where you click to play and it's nice and smooth and everything. this has to render it, and the asset folder is about 95 or 96 gigabytes total right now. It's just a lot of data, so. But I just want to show you guys just a few things. So this will be like a body armor thing. There'll be a zip sound. I didn't actually plug it in. Just so you guys can see like the quality. See, the grass is actually very realistic too. So is the ground. It's a very New England style grass. Physics for a lot of things are almost there. I know I've missed some collisions somewhere, but they'll be fixed later on. And the trash barrels have that New England rust. Birds, and actually one thing I forgot to add, and actually they're here, I have them. I did this last night, is there's little wild rabbits that will hop around here. And no, you won't be able to kill them. I made sure to take off that they can take any damage, so you can't kill them. They're little chocolate rabbits. I gotta put in some Flemish giants or some wild hares as well, but you know, then there's we'll also put some squirrels. You'll be able to kill the squirrels. We're gonna have a lot of different things. Yeah, I was just playing around here yesterday. I didn't want to waste too much time putting down grass because I was looking at a few other things. But let's grab a car. Actually, first there is a basketball court, and yes, you will be able to play basketball at some point. It will be available in this test bed. I'm not sure when. Maybe some point late in December. I gotta add some water there. I gotta finish up the fencing. But yeah, you'll be able to play. I actually do have all the animations. And I actually do have the controls mapped out already. They're just not connected to the player, but they're basically in the player's logic or the code. It's written that he can shoot and run and hoop and stuff like that and dribble. But there's a lot more, stuff that has to be done for that. Obviously, we're going to add a lot of things. Yes, the physics are all correct. Got your grass under the stadium seats. Let's grab a car and just take a tour around. And should we grab red, green? We'll grab blue. Yes, I do have to put the character in there. I forgot. I actually was toying around with it last weekend, and I did have him in there, and then I must have deleted him or must not have saved it. So you actually have to press T to turn this on. Some of the other cars you don't. There will be more cars. There will be taxi cabs, Crown Victorias, Crown Vics. J's headlights, H's horn. You will be able to press R and turn on the radio. I did put that in. I didn't actually put a WAV file for the radio station. I actually wanted to put a Paul Van Dyke live set on it, but we're still trying to figure out the legal issues on that. Let's go take a drive. Now the physics are quite interesting. They're done by Unreal Engine. They're called Chaos. I couldn't slide there this time, but yeah, they're called Chaos, and yes, they do need a lot of tuning, and this SUV drives like a 70s SUV, but it's okay. Now, first of all, I know you guys have seen these buildings, and you're like, well, what's in them? So you turn the car off so it doesn't roll away. You just press E to get in and out. You will be able to go into them and interact. There'll be like lobbies, there'll be people here. They might not say anything by December 9th, but they will. There's just so much to put in, and I want to make sure that every detail is done correctly. Again, this is a test bed, but the details have to be there. So I'm not just going to slap them around and throw stuff in and say that, yeah, it's coming. No, well, when there'll be updates, we will update stuff, but there will be NPCs. We're actually going to get some just regular city business people from Epic that were used actually in a movie, which is quite interesting. And actually that small building there was used in the movie too, with all those lights coming out of it. So yeah, so you'll be able to go in and you'll be able to go inside of the building, and every building will be functional to some extent. Maybe one or two buildings won't be functional, like that one and that one won't be functional, but we might actually do, we might make it that if you go in the front door, you go up to the rooftop or something like that. But most of these other buildings will be functional to some extent. And yes, Manhattan's Best, Sundown Whiskey, yeah. So all these ads, that's another thing too. I think I mentioned it to a few people in our Discord group, maybe not on Telegram, but what we're going to do is all these are just placeholders. So these buildings that came with them, I just put them up for now. I was like, whatever, I'm not gonna change them now, but they'll be available to anybody. You can comment on this video, find me on Telegram. If you want your project name on it, or your business name, or your website, or whatever, we will charge a small fee in Ethereum, like 0.10, 0.2, or 0.10, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, or something like that, depending where. And we'll put it into the test bed, and then we'll put it into the open world multiplayer that will be available in on January 27th. Yeah, I gotta fix some of these collisions, because you can also do this, I think. Yeah, so I do have some ragdoll physics. I gotta fine-tune everything. But yeah, so you'll be available. So you just send me over a PNG file. I'll give you guys the dimensions. Send over some Ethereum, and you're on Fifth Avenue. I gotta put, this is not Fifth Avenue. I gotta change this, the trash barrel here. And yeah, we'll have, you know, all the signs up and everything. You'll be able to promote in game. That's not something new. Don't let any crypto project tell you it's revolutionary to promote in game. It actually came out from Sierra Nevada, or Sierra whatever studios back in 2008, 2009, 2007 when they came out, or 06, when they came out with SWAT 4. The highly anticipated follow-up to SWAT 3, and SWAT 4 sucked. I mean, it was nice, you know, the way the characters moved, but the multiplayer sucked, and it just killed the game compared to SWAT 3. But SWAT 4 was the first one to do ads in multiplayer, and they would change. And I believe they were like changing to like show TV shows and stuff like that. Ugh, this poor car. Which was quite interesting. So yeah, so it's not a new thing. I know. I think in Cold War Zombies for Call of Duty, there's like Doritos ads and everything on multiplayer. So no, don't let any crypto project telling you it's revolutionary that they're gonna have at, you know. No, it's something that's been done since SWAT 4. And I remembered it, you know, a couple months ago, and I was like, yeah, we'll do that too in my game. Let's turn this thing off. Yes, this is the music venue, or one of them. Look how they got Macbeth on it. So yeah, all this stuff can be changed up. So you don't even have to have a crypto project. You can have say you could have your own clothing brand, or you could have, you know, if you have a company that is into music or your music or whatever, we can just advertise you. And, you know, we'll make it quite, you know, it won't be expensive. We'll do it like 0.1, 0.2, either 0.3, depending on the file size. And like over there, let's actually... I would just walk around, but it would take us like days to walk around this whole map, so we're just going to drive around. Yeah, and, you know, we'll put it here too and everything. I got to finish up a lot of things here. And this is just, you know, I'm placing buildings as I want them to. This is going to be like a food court thing here. So these three buildings also came out of Epic. They were in a big budget movie. Yes, they used the city scene. They basically made a complete city. A lot of the stuff came scanned from New York, Chicago, San Fran, and they used Unreal Engine to do a few scenes. And the buildings were available to use it only for Unreal Engine, so you can't take and use it to Unity. You can get sued quite a lot. But yeah, these buildings came from that. These ones, what we might do is we might make them semi-functional. So we'll do like main lobbies on the bottom, and we'll do like an elevator to go up to the rooftop. I know one or two of these buildings, I'm not sure, I forget which one, has a helicopter pad. So we'll put like a regular helicopter, like a bell, and then you can just, you know, take around. You'll be able to go into this venue too. Again, some of these interactions will not be available for December 9th. It's just, you know, too tight of a schedule, but they will be, you know, they'll come day by day. You know, as I work on it and add stuff to like test, I'll save an update file, put it on the website, post it on Twitter. You just download it, and they won't be that big because the main file that you download will have all the assets there. So each update shouldn't be more than like 200 megabytes, 200 megabytes, maybe a little bit more, maybe like 1 gig to some. This building is supposed to be a apartment building. I gotta figure out what to do with it. Yes, and this big office building is huge. Actually, let's... Actually, 1 second. So yes, you'll be able to go... Let me actually show you guys how big this thing is. This thing is massive. So you'll actually be able to go inside of it and everything. I thought I set it up at one of these doors. I'm not sure which door I set it up. That you can go in. Again, there's a lot of doors, so I need to set them up one by one. But what we can do, actually, is... Yeah, so all these things you'll be able to change. And yes, there we do. We do actually have... Okay, good. So again, I have a lot of the stuff I need to update the physics and the collisions, but I did this already, so this is good. You guys can just see how big this map is. And this would be, that's going to be Jersey over there. Please tell me you have this fixed. Okay, so this collision's there. Because if I did it, update the collision on some of the pieces of the building, you would just fall right through. And we don't want that. We don't want to, walk around a map and fall through and be stuck. Just too common with people, with game developers. And yes, as you can see over there, there's the highway system. Up there will be what will be over there? Over there will be LaGuardia, basically, in Queens. So if you go to the airport, you can grab, say, like a helicopter to fly over to the Ronald Reagan over. Where the hell's Ronald Reagan over? Oh, he's somewhere down over there. And grab some of the military aircraft, or you can go up to the gate. And this is something I think I told some people in Discord, maybe not in Telegram. You'll be able to go up to a gate, and if it says, for LaGuardia, it'll be a domestic airport only. If it says San Fran, just go up to the ticket counter, go up to the walkway, and it'll say press E to fly there, and it'll fly you to a new map, which would be San Fran. We'll build like a small little like San Fran. And we actually have some level designers that want to come on board to do that because they just love building environments out like that. Because it's not that hard. It's just, time consuming. Oh yes, the physics are... So something hasn't been updated there, but yes, he actually takes damage already. Oh, and he does crouch. And you have to actually hold the right mouse button to aim and fight or shoot guns. I did actually, I think I gave out some screenshots of me testing a few SMGs with this character. Obviously, you haven't decided if we're going to do a female or male, so we're just using the UE5 skeletal character that comes with it just for now as a placeholder. Well, actually, you know what? We'll have a poll on Telegram Monday. And we'll say, do you want to either play a male character, and we'll make like the male character like a blue-collared construction worker or something like that, and we'll do the female as like some punk girl. She'll have like purple hair, because I do have a character like that. She'll have purple hair, some biker shorts. She's wearing some Doc Martens. I think she's got some tattoos. I'm not sure. And that'll be a female character, or the male one would just be like some kind of like jacked up construction guy. And actually, yeah, there will actually be construction sites. We've got tons of vehicles. So I'm planning on doing something that I have planned. I will actually put a whole construction site instead, just to keep it interesting, and you'll be able to actually take the construction vehicles. There's everything like rollers, cranes, and they all work too, which is really nice. There will be a city bus. There will be pedestrians and everything that you'll be able to kill, chase, beat up. I just gotta program their paths in. I already have them coded in. I just gotta actually program it where they walk, where they run away to if they're trying to run away from you to not fight, or they fight back. And like most New Yorkers, they gotta fight back. So don't expect to be like Grand Theft Auto where you just start shooting everybody and they all just fall down. They all run away. They will fight back. And the AI that we're using is also GTA style, and they do quite the damage. I might have to like lower down that damage because they can actually hurt you quite well. What I was gonna say, there was something else I wanted to show you guys here, but I forgot. I should have taken some notes. I should have written some notes down. Let's not jump, because I think we're going to... okay, so... Yes, and actually, I don't know if I mentioned it already, but... So I know I've showed you guys the subway system, which is fantastic, and I've been playing on with it for a while. Unfortunately, to put it into the test bed, to put it underground and everything and do it, will take quite a lot. It'll just be very time-consuming. And I'm not going to do it for the test bed. It will be in the open world multiplayer. It will be in the actual multiplayer version of this game. This is a test bed, so it's not a game that will be published. It's just we're just getting ideas and references and having you guys test stuff and play things out. But under this highway system, again, there's going to be paths and everything all connecting it. There'll be like ice cream stands, things to interact with. I don't think I have room for a baseball field here. We'll probably have to put the baseball field like maybe in Brooklyn over here. Yeah, this will be Brooklyn. JFK will be down there. I'll actually show you guys. Yeah, so JFK. So this will be JFK. Up there will be LaGuardia. So JFK, when you go to the airport here, and it says Paris, it will move you to Paris. So we're going to be testing that a lot. We're going to be testing out, you know, loading into different maps and everything. The game size might go up astronomically for that, but, you know, we want a real game with real stuff in it. The open world multiplayer will have a currency. We're not going to have a currency in this. We might test something out, like we might put like some carrots on so you guys can collect, but it won't be connected to the blockchain at all. But on January 27th, for that, it will be connected to the blockchain immediately because that build will be the build that stays. It's not going to have like a different download. It will just be that build. And the way it's going to happen is for January 27th, for that open world multiplayer, when you start the game for the first time, it will ask you to create a wallet. It will not connect, well, we could connect to a current one, but it will actually ask you to create a game wallet that will be stored in the registry files for the game. And it will give you the wallet address, and then you'll actually have to go and hunt down your keys in the registry files. We'll have to do a whole video about that. And then you can just use that wallet just for the game. You know, so you're not connecting your personal wallets or your ledger. You'll have a wallet that you make that it creates. It will basically create your wallet, and you know you take those keys and you can do whatever you save them and keep them safe, and you can just you would use that to basically send and receive and collect stuff in games. So if you collect Ninja token, then you can send it to another wallet, or you can send it to an exchange. Yes, the Ninja token might be available on exchanges. We've been in talks with a few of them. We're just gonna hold off for now because we're just focused on game development now. We're not gonna that token. I haven't actually released it yet. I do have it all. It's all minted. It's all there. 100. It's 100 in billion tokens. It's actually available on the site. You can actually see it and all the details about it. There's no tax on it. There's no creator tax. There's no anything on it. That's it. That's just 100 billion. Forget how much I'm going to release onto Uniswap. So it's available for decentralized, probably like 10 or 20% of it. The rest I'm going to keep to use for the games, not just this game, for other games that we've built out throughout the year, the next years, and stuff like that. And you'll be able to use it for purchasing this, that. We're also going to add other tokens. So I've been reached out by other projects. I got reached out by some other project about 2 or 3 weeks ago. They're building out a game too. It's a samurai style game, which was quite interesting. So we talked about that, and they have already a token available. I will mention it in Telegram if you guys want to, or comment down below. Just comment. And they were very interested. They were like, how about if you can if we give you some of the token and you can put it into your game. I'm like, we could do that. You could basically put any tokens down. So we could even put Ethereum in here. So you could literally, maybe we could do like a whole tower, right? Where just every single floor we could make it just, full of villains and whatever. And you have to fight your way to the top. You'll probably need a few people. But, we'll have like one ether like up there, like floating somewhere in there. Which will actually be kind of cool. You can actually do like a very very Die Hard style mission or something. Yeah, this is a tall building. This is actually quite Yeah, again, and it's, we can check new writers at least. Okay, I thought it said pleasure at first, but yeah, so you can do there's a lot, and there's a lot more that I'm missing that I haven't told you guys. I kind of forgot some stuff. I got a bunch of notes and a bunch of ideas here, but a few things we got to finish building out. Hospital, police station somewhere, maybe over there or there. I'm gonna have most of all this built out, so it'll be quite fun for you guys to explore. I don't think anything over here in Brooklyn is going to be built out for December 9th. Again, every day I'm basically working on this every single day, and I've got a few other people that are working on some things for over here. Got somebody out of New York working to do some like a very New York style side over here. So yeah, everything that we put in the game, well, in this test bed that you guys can play, which you will need the access pass, will be used for the open world multiplayer. Some stuff might come, some stuff might not. This basketball court couldn't, not be in this direction. But again, also, actually, I didn't mention this. So this is actually built on Unreal Engine 5.03. Unreal Engine 5.1 got released about 2 weeks ago, which I immediately downloaded and I immediately started to play. And it's phenomenal. It just cleans up a bunch of things. It actually cleans up performance issues. So right now, because I've zoomed out, this is not loaded because it takes too much memory up. But the way it changes in Unreal 5.1, it just changes the way stuff is in memory and how stuff is rendered. And you can do a lot more. So it actually requires less computing power for really nice graphics. And also the open world maps now, there's no limit really. So right now there's a limit, and we're at the limit for this in 5.03. 8 kilometers or 8.1 kilometers by 8 kilometers, which is quite big still. It takes a long time to build this stuff out. Oh, just a quick question. We're gonna build something here, and that will be like a statue of like a rabbit or something, which will be technically the Statue of Liberty. So 5.1. So the build for January 27th, like the real online multiplayer game that everyone's gonna want to play and test out and have fun, will be built on 5.1. So we can actually have a much bigger open world map. It will be, I can tell you the layout will be kind of like this, but we might actually even add like something else over here, like a different landmass. Maybe more of like New Jersey would be over there or something like that. And we could add like some more things over there or other things. Again, and also I haven't put in the bridges, and there's so much. But again, you do need that NFT access pass, and again, there's only 33 days left to mint it. And we might even do a few things, like we have to put some nightclubs in. We have to do a lot of things, and there's going to be buildings, and actually even there'll be maps that you cannot go to, even, say like next March or April, when you've got, thousands and thousands of players playing online. You go to the airport and you want to go to Paris. We might only make it that you can only get on the plane to go to Paris, and it'll change over to a Paris map, obviously. But we're not building Paris out on the side here. I don't think anyone's computer is going to be able to handle that, handle every single location onto one map. I won't let you go unless you are holding the Usagi token, obviously, and the early access pass. So we might make destinations available only to early access pass holders. So it's going to be a thing. And actually, we might even, maybe, well, actually, you can kind of walk through this water right now. I got to change the physics on that. I do have swimming animations. I just didn't tie them in together, so I get to do that today or maybe tomorrow. But maybe we'll make like certain points of Jersey, like maybe like you'll be able to go over and hang out, do a few things, but a lot of like missions and stuff like that will only be available in buildings, and apartment buildings will only be available for early access pass holders. And also, what we might do, which we definitely will do at some point, is we might build out probably somewhere around here, like here and here. I don't know what we're going to build in the middle here, just like the suburbs. Build some apartment buildings, some big nice condo buildings here. And we will sell apartments for you, like an NFT pass. And we'll probably do it at like 1 Ether or something. And only you can go into them, and you can you can look out and you can hang out and have fun here. And we might even personalize some to what you want in it, to a certain extent. But there will be some land available for sale. Obviously not in this test bed, but there will be some land available in the Death Rabbit open multiplayer game. And what we might do with this single player test bed will be a test bed for a single player game. So yes, we will release single player games that you will have to hold the Usagi token to play when they're fully released. It'll want to wallet connect, check if you hold the token, and you can play. We will have just single player games only as well, or just like builds off of them as well. Just so people can have fun. You won't get in-game tokens. I mean, you won't get like tokens tied to the blockchain. They'll just be like an in-game currency that's just for single player. You won't be able to get the actual tokens to sell on exchanges in single player, obviously. But we will have that available, for people that just want to play and hang out without being online, a bunch of chaos, lag, this, all sorts of weird things. And we'll probably port some out to consoles too. I have development access with Nintendo and Sony. I have the Nintendo Switch development console here. I don't think this map could actually work on the Nintendo Switch. We've seen the disaster with the new Pokemon game and its open world. But we can, we can scale it down, build something up for the Switch. And think about that. You've got your advertisements of your crypto project or your NFT or whatever on the billboards, and you just got people just buying the game on their Nintendo Switch to play. And they're seeing all these ads, like, oh, what if it's real or what, this and that, and they go and look it up. It's just going to bring people into crypto worlds, into your crypto projects. And then obviously the PS5. The PS5 is a little harder to release stuff for, but the hardware is phenomenal. Actually, it's basically based off of an AMD Zen 2, I believe, or Zen 3. I think it's Zen 2 stuff or Zen 2 architecture, but it could be Zen 3. It could be wrong. I just know it does have some nice DDR6 RAMs. I actually got 2 PS5s there. I don't have a development console yet. I have physically used one, and it's really cool. To get a development console with Sony, it takes some time. I'm hoping I have it by January. But Unreal Engine works on all those Nintendo, Sony's, Xbox. I've actually never owned an Xbox, so I can't even talk about that. But that's it for now, guys. And I was rambling on for a little bit. So we got land sales, we got apartments later on. But yes, that NFT access pass is going to be needed. Again, I can't add any more. So once it sells out or that date is over, I can't just renew it. It's not in the contract. The contract is it can only be minted up to that, only that amount, and only one per wallet. So let me know what you guys think. Ask any questions down below, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. And I will see you in Telegram or on Twitter. I will post this video up. And we'll talk in a few days, guys. Enjoy.